So before we get started with today's episode, I want to just apologize if my voice sounds a little bit funny. I just got back from Washington, D.C., attending ASM 2022. If you don't know what ASM is, it's one of the biggest like scientific conferences that happens annually, or at least it used to happen annually. COVID kind of put a damper on that. And this is the first year it's been back in, I think, like 2 or 3 years now. So, yeah, I was attending on behalf of my company, and I think I had to talk to probably like, oh God, I don't know, at least 100 people daily. So my voice was completely gone when I got back. It's been a couple days now since I've been back in California, and my voice is coming back, but as you can probably hear, there's still a little bit of like rasp in there. But yeah, so it was a fun trip. I'm glad to be back though. I had to do a lot of pre-recording to make sure I had stuff to cover while I was gone, because I knew not only was I not going to be able to record when I was in Washington, D.C., but leading up to the trip, there was a lot of other stuff I had to do in preparation, so I wasn't really going to be able to record for that week prior as well. So I'm finally getting back into the swing of things as far as recording is concerned, and so hopefully you guys will have had a chance to catch up a bit and we can get a little bit more interaction going again. Anyways, just to catch you up on what happened between episodes, so after my last recording, I played a little bit longer, as I usually do, and we had a couple of I mean, not super big things happen, but obviously we did have a person join. That's usually big news. And that person was formerly Melissa. She's now going by Issa. And she is I'm blanking on the race, excuse me. So as far as the game is concerned, she's human, but I tried to make her look... Let me look it up real quick, because it's going to kill me if I get this wrong. Mirialan, I guess. For some reason, that's not what I remember them being called, but, whatever. Anyways, they're the green race that's generally associated with the Republic. And she is force sensitive as well. So, as far as we know about her backstory, she came from some sort of facility, and Svetlana, our prisoner, seems to know something about it. She said that they were trying to weaponize... She refers to them as psychics. We would refer to them as force sensitives. And so, to that end, Svetlana, again, our prisoner, mentioned that we might find something useful at that old base. So that's something we're going to want to investigate. Let's actually take a look at where it is. So it's way down in the south here along the beach. Not too far a trip, though. It's an abandoned military facility, so I'm sure we can expect some sort of defenses, whether it's just automated and left over, or if there's somebody dangerous that's been kind of kept in cryo sleep there. Either way, we'll want to be on our guard, right? So, what the hell happened to Jaina's hair? I'm just now noticing that. Did she... What? Wait, what? Your hair too. What's going on? All right, I'll fix that. I'll fix that later. But I don't know what happened there. And Kylan, is somebody giving out free... I mean, I can't even call it a haircut because their hair got longer. Do I have a mod that's like making people's hair grow that I don't know about? I honestly don't know. Anyways, I'll fix it off camera. But yeah, so we're going to want to investigate that. Now, Melissa fled from that facility as far as we're aware. And interestingly, in fleeing, she seems to have brought a hostile weather satellite along with her. So we have forced weather. We're going to have this foggy rain until the hostile satellite gives up and goes away. So let's get rid of these. I don't know why it's telling me... Oh, it's telling me about anima tree linking because we finally have 20 anima grass. I think Basna is going to be the one that gets that first ability. So I'll leave that open because I'll probably manage to screw it up. But yeah, and then we have another quest as well. So we've detected... Excuse me. An orbiting space drone that may contain information about Sky Shadow. Sky Shadow is a relic I believe, for the Republic. You have the code that will force it to land at the Jedi Temple. To get the information, hack into the drone's computer. Hacking takes time, but those strong in intellectual skill can speed up the process. Outlanders from Vaynor will detect the drone's energy signature. As long as it's present, they'll send attackers approximately every 8 hours to destroy it and steal the wealth they think it contains. You will have some time to prepare defenses around it before they arrive. After landing, the space drone will self-destruct in 30 days. So it'll give us information about where our relic is, but we'll have to basically do like a wave defense. I do want to do that. I don't necessarily want to do it right away. So let's give it some time on that one and figure out what we want to do next. So obviously we've made pretty considerable progress on the base. We've walled off most of the perimeter at this point. There's still a lot of area here that's going to require, as you can see, a lot of plant cutting. I seem to have missed a tree here. And a lot of flooring, but we can slowly work up to that. It doesn't need to all be done at once. Additionally, most of the patio flooring is done, and so I'm going through and trimming it with these limestone curbs just so we get a cleaner edge on where this ends. As you can see, where we don't have the curb, it's a little bit muddled. Things just kind of blend together, so we want a nice definite line where those two meet. Right, so let me deal with these haircuts, and then I think we're gonna send a party off to this military research facility. Yeah, in the morning. Okay, I think that's fixed, or at least somewhat. Of course, this would happen right after I come back from a trip, and I haven't loaded these saves up in almost 2 weeks. So Wade's was easy enough. I had to like shade his hair for the thumbnail, so I'm pretty familiar with what he looks like. But Jaina and Kylan were not in the thumbnail, so I haven't looked at their faces up close nearly as much. Jaina doesn't, like, she definitely is not wearing the same hairstyle, but she just turned 16, so I feel like it's time for a fresh look anyway. And then Kylan, I think this is more or less what he looked like. It's close enough. So yeah, moving on. It looks like enough people are up and about, even though it's only 6 a.m. that we can start moving on this. So what just happened? Oh, you're just going to notify me every time we get an additional anima grass? That seems unnecessary. Okay, let's form a caravan. We're going to go here. 1.5 days, that's not too bad. Right, so I don't think Issa has any interest in going back to the place she just escaped from. Therefore, we will send... I think we're going to ask Theo, Wade, and let's also send maybe one more shooter. I'm not seeing Elijah. Is he having another mental break? Is that why he's not here? I think that's pretty likely why. So I don't want to completely vacate my base is the issue. I guess those two will just have to be able to make do. So in terms of items, all we can give them is raw rice. That's unfortunate. How about them? Why do you do that, game? Why do you do that to me? How about the wild mushrooms? That'll give us about 2 days worth of food. And I don't know about you guys, but I think I'd rather eat raw potatoes than raw rice. So that'll give them a little bit more than they need for the round trip. If they're a little bit short, they're not going to starve to death over a half day. And potentially they'll be able to loot some food while they're there. So I think they'll be okay. And they can forage as well, so. Awesome. Let's make that happen. In the meantime, as you can see back here, I'm starting to kind of fill out the walls as they should be. I need to still wrap that around. We're obviously going to have to do some maneuvering over here to get things finished. So that's going to be the lowest priority, because there's so much logistical stuff here that's in the way that, you know, I'm not super concerned. It's just going to be a real headache. I'd rather start working on the front end and getting that walled off, and then, you know, we could even potentially just put some doors in here and make this an enclosed space. Oh, lovely, a fire. I think, yeah, this thing needs to be roofed. How many tiles is that? I might be able to just make an awning. Let me check. Roof area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, technically that's safe. It's probably the laziest way I could have done it, but it'll work. Right, so additionally, what do we have going on here? I'm honestly drawing a blank. It's been so long. Jaina is still working on her lightsaber. That rings a bell. Oh, cool. Caravan left. Okay. So, yeah, Jaina's working on her lightsaber. We had... What? Ryder did his already. Did we check Ryder's out? So, I think at the end of last episode, you guys saw him start crafting it, but we never finished it. So, I've been... Yeah, I think I saved the reveal for this episode. So let's draft him on up. And there it is. He's rocking the green blade. And which one did we make for him again? Or I guess he made it for himself. But which hilt is it? The Qui-Gon one, of course, right? With the green. Who else? Oh, good. Oh, that was the source of the fire. Okay. I was like, did we just have another fiery explosion? So yeah, Ryder is kitted, ready to fight. Jaina's still working on hers. We're going to give her that pearl for her lightsaber crystal, so she'll have some shade of blue. Yeah, Elijah's still doing his mental break thing. I feel like he's having mental breaks more frequently than he's not. And Issa will eventually need to make her own as well. Now, she hasn't actually awakened the Force yet, but she's quite close. So we'll get her there soon enough. What do I need to do for this? Can I just click on this tree and... Okay, begin anima tree linking. I guess we can do it now. The linker is going to be Basina. The participants will be... Yeah, I mean the 4... These are the only 4 people who can meditate there. And also the only 3 Jedi able to attend. So I am going to cheat a bit here. Regardless of what sidecast she receives, I'm going to give her one that I think is more suitable. And I'm going to do that for any sidecast that we give to our Jedi. I want each Jedi to kind of have their own unique skill set. And so for Basina, her thing is in kind of nature. But also, she relies a lot on like mind tricks and kind of using the Force in a less direct fashion. So, oh, we have people trying to convert other people. Come on. So that's the type of sidecast I would give to her. Now for, who's having a mental break right now? Pen needed. We have a pen. Right here. All animals are allowed. So what is the issue? When did we get an alpaca? Did I buy those? Oh my god, it's been so long. Oh great. Okay. Silink gained Basina. Ritual complete. Let's take a look at her. Where? Okay. Let's take a look here. Is that under bio? Yes. So she gained stun, level 1. I'm actually okay with that. I think that kind of fits within her current skill set. Now, if she had gotten something like, well, I forget what they're all called, but some of them like throw stones or things like that. I guess for her that would be fine, but I kind of see the more direct force usage as like something Wade would typically do, whereas Basina is usually a little bit not passive's not the right word, but I don't want to keep using direct, but she would be less direct, I guess, in her application of the force. She would rather trick somebody to avoid a fight, whereas Wade is more likely to just kind of use the force to aid him in the fight, right? That's kind of how I see their two personalities. Not that Wade is looking for fights. He's not a Sith. He's just a little bit more straightforward in his approach. So we should have gained quite a bit of wood from cutting down so many trees. I'm going to start asking them to put it to use in building floors across this whole area. Now there is going to be quite a bit that we need to terraform in here. It looks like we have a few spots here and there, but then also this rather large patch in the middle. And again, a few more spots scattered about. Okay, so we'll start with that section kind of all across there. And seeing people ride around on animals, it occurs to me that I didn't send any with the caravan, which is unfortunate. It would have sped up the whole process by quite a bit, I would wager. And then, of course, also the reason I got those animals was that so that we could haul back stuff of value when we went on these sorts of missions. And then I forget to send the animals. So what can you do? All right, Bastin has just leveled up in the force. So let's take a look here. She's already at level 16. I feel like she's leveled up quite a bit. It really helps that she's so passionate about plants, and that's like virtually all that she does. So somebody brought up in the comments on one of the videos that had gone up recently, so this is rather old now, but we were going for more of a gray Jedi here, and so having at least a little bit of... Let's pause here because I don't want them to get murdered at the military facility while I'm talking. Having a little bit of abilities that verge into the dark side would help to balance her out. I think the only one that's really, really applicable, though, is going to probably be Force Rage. Again, I don't want her to have a bunch of, like, overwhelming offensive abilities. She's not that type of character. And most of the Sith abilities are... I mean, they're Sith, right? That's kind of their thing. So the only one that kind of really suits her is basically making somebody go berserk and do the fighting for her, right? Choking somebody, I'm sure she's powerful enough in the Force to do that, but it's not really her style. It's a little bit too overt. The same with, you know, arguably draining could maybe work. I feel like that's a pretty sinister thing to do, but I guess so is making somebody go berserk. But the drain thing, you know, does have kind of stealing somebody's life force intertwines with nature a little bit. So maybe you guys feel free to weigh in on whether or not you think that one could be applicable. And then, yes, arguably lightning is, you know, force of nature, but also it's just a very like overt offensive power that she would be using. So I don't think it suits her. To that end, I'm going to take the first one in Force Rage, and we can discuss whether Force Drain is suitable. Right, so let's see what Wade and Theo are up against. Oh, wow. Okay. There are, there's a lot of mechanoids here. Now, mechanoids should not exist in this playthrough, so this is a bit puzzling. And then we just have this giant square structure plopped down in the center of the map with really only one approach. This is going to be difficult because, frankly, we should have brought a small army to deal with these guys. And we only have two. Granted, one of them is a Jedi. I'm also not super familiar with... I think some of these are modded. Are termites vanilla? Vanilla factions expanded mechanoids. I didn't... So, wait. No, I am running that mod, but I'm pretty sure I disabled all the factions. This is weird. You have like a flame, yeah, inferno spewer. I don't like this at all. How much cover does this thing offer? 50, so it's no better than like what, a tree? What's a tree give now? Where is it? It's not going to tell me. Oh, my mouse is hovering right over it as I say that. Yeah, 25. So it's better than a tree, but I think a chunk is 50. Yeah, so it's no better than regular chunks. Therefore, this is probably the safest place to be. Wade, circle around this way. And maybe, just maybe, we can get you close enough to do some damage without getting, like, shot with a flamethrower. And they're engaging, or at least they were moving to. Wade, hang out here. I don't want you too close, because they'll use AoE abilities, but I also don't want you too far. They're not engaging yet. Termite with a thump cannon. Are they not hostile? I'm not going to take any chances. We're going to wipe these guys out. Theo, you going to keep shooting? Alright, that's one down. At least these blasters are effective. Alright, that's another one. Yeah, so they might be bugged because I disabled the factions. I think I brought this up before, but at any time I see mechanoids mentioned in the quests, I'm a little bit nervous because I'm worried it'll just outright crash the game if it tries to spawn them. It looks like that isn't the case, but they don't really have the correct AI if they do spawn. Okay, well, that went a lot better than it could have. I don't think I need that anymore. Unless there's more anima grass that I'm not aware of. Sure, wait. It kind of looks like there is. Did it not get used up? No, it says there's 6. It looks like a lot more than 6, though. Well, I guess it's 6 tiles worth. Okay. And then Issa is ready for the Force. So, she's going to be built like a traditional Jedi. Maybe a little bit more in the vein of Basna, where she's not going to be sort of a guardian in the way that Wade is. But she doesn't need to be as... trying to think. So in like SWTOR, for example, Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMO, the two, sort of the dichotomy between the Jedi is there's like the Guardians, who are your warrior sort of archetype, and then there is the Consular, who is like the sort of mage archetype. And then, of course, there's sort of like hybrid classes as you get further along. I see her as more Consular than Guardian, but she doesn't need to be like hardline Consular in the way that kind of Basna is, right? Either way, let's just start with the good old mind trick, because that has a lot of utility in general, right? It can be used in combat to crowd control. It can be used out of combat to deal with a prisoner or a friendly pawn who's having a mental break. There's a lot of applications for that, and it's a relatively safe pick for that reason. Okay, so back over here. Let's get you guys stacked up on this doorway. Wade, you're going to breach it, and if anything's in there, Theo can fire over the top of you. Let's see. It might actually be easier to deconstruct it than attack it, because it's steel. Granted, you have a lightsaber. It shouldn't be that hard, but... oh, cool. You're already working on it. Oh, fun. And it goes right into granite. Okay, well, On to the next one. Keep close contact because you risk friendly fire if there's a gap. And we're in. Area revealed. Okay. Let's see. That's a grizzly bear. That's a shield pack. Interesting. And then we have 4 very square and rather large rooms. So that is a manhunter grizzly bear. Therefore, it would probably be best. Let's see. Can you turn... Wait. Don't walk away. Turn the corner and do a... Maybe... Let's see if we can mind trick it. And then I want you to just move straight out. Oh, okay. Or just shoot it. It's fine. In that case, just throw a force push. Alright, well, it's already down. So, area's safe. That means there's nothing in any of these rooms that should attack us. Unless of course, there's like cryptosleep caskets with people in them and we wake them up, then presumably, you know, they could become hostile. But, do I want to claim these and just walk through them? Or we could deconstruct them. Let's see. Based on what I'm seeing here, this looks like an individual room, potentially with more doors to access other rooms. There's a 2 thick wall here, and then, yeah, there's another divider there. Well, let's just go with the nearest one. And again, Wade, you're going to take point. And I hate having to undraft you to do this, but you know what? Screw it. We're just claiming it. Okay, walk through. Then we don't have to undraft you. Alright, what do we got? Birch slab, double bed, masterwork. Title, Persecution. This furniture bears an artwork of a boulder. A doctor lies to the right of the main scene. Okay. Well, it's a very nice bed. It's not a very comfortable one, but it is quite high quality nonetheless. We'll stack up on the next door. Something in there, kind of sticking out. Another masterwork bed. This one's Aurelian stone. Titled Day. This furniture is engraved with a portrait of a pit. A jaguar lies off to one side. Okay, that's fantastic. Moving on. We'll claim the next door. And oh, fun. That's just a dead end. And the grizzly bear is rethinking his life. Getting out of here while he still can. So I'm just going to deconstruct this, I think. Rather than walking all the way around. We know that this is like a 2 thick wall, so that should be open. Don't run. Don't you run away. It's your job to hold that doorway. Melee attack it, please. And, alright, they're both down. Okay, let's move on to the next set of doors. We'll claim this. Wade, feel free to step on through. Nothing hostile in that one. Oh, the grizzly bear's back. I guess he didn't think that hard about his life. He came back like just to basically lie down injured in the same spot. Okay, next door. Manhunter cat. That's unfortunate. Well, this cat is definitely... Okay, it just got one shot. Well, at least it was quick, right? Just... Oh, wow. You decapitated it. Jesus. Yeah, I'm not going to go around, so we'll just deconstruct the wall again up here. And, of course, Wade, that is your job. Taking a little bit longer this time, I feel like. And it's empty. Please don't take a nap. We have work to do. Alright, let's move on down the hall. This is going to take quite a while, so I may cut here, and then I'll update you guys if... Wow, okay. I'll update you guys if anything is interesting in any of these rooms. So that's 1 of 4 down. There was nothing in any of the other rooms. So we'll move on to, I guess, the southeastern one now. That one actually only has, well, there's 3 doors in. But it looks like there are quite a few internal rooms as well. Wow, I feel like I just lost the game of Minesweeper. So of the 3 doors, only 1 appears to actually lead anywhere. So, well, I guess we'll find out. That one could also lead to nowhere, but these 2 apparently didn't. So let's try again. Alright, that's a little bit better. Another door that we can use to get further inside. Oh, no, that was a trick door. Okay, so the game is just fucking with me now. Yeah, we gotta start tearing walls down. Wow, you went to sleep immediately. Okay, cool. There's more doors. Can you please stay awake for this? Alright, so during all the shenanigans of exploring this ridiculous compound, we are being raided by Vaynor. So they are attacking immediately. I don't see where they are. Are they landing? Where are you? Are they attacking over here? Oh, okay. Well, that changes things. Right, in that case, Wade, if you could wake up. Let's get you to the door. And then Theo, I think standing in this doorway is going to be a pretty good spot, because then you can fire out there. I got to be a little bit careful about putting Wade. Well, they're going to get there first, so I guess. But that did work quite well. Can you throw a force push on the front person there and just knock them all back? And then let's pull you back to basically just guard Theo. And fight over. Wade laid down, so all of those shots missed him. That actually worked out quite well for him. Right, so there are a bunch of bodies here now. Let's see. We got Nose, the bodyguard. Melee fighter. Not much else going for him. And we got Dave. Sorry, Sherry, the defector. Pretty good shooter. Yeah, nothing special. Hadley is a miner. Not a whole lot interesting about him either. And then finally, Narices, the barkeep, who is, wow, very passionate about combat in general, and also just talking to people. So likes talking and killing, pretty much. He's a drunken master and a bit squeamish. Kind of an interesting character there, if I'm being honest. But I can't exactly afford to drag somebody back to base with me, so I think them and all their stuff are going to have to just kind of lay or sit there. Oh, and there's also Liu. Let's see. Trigger happy and steadfast. Animals, crafting, construction. You know, she's actually an interesting character. That's a lot of passion in a lot of very relevant skills. Are you dying? Oh, you're asthmatic. That might be the deal breaker. Well, we're going to be here a while, apparently, so we've got plenty of time to think about it. Okay, that's another grid down. Let's go southwest next. Just found ourselves a Gauss Lance. There was a rabid monkey guarding this room, but no real threat to us. And this is a pretty nasty weapon. Let's see what the DPS is on it. So 23. How does that stack up versus your blaster? yeah, that's a good bit stronger than the blaster that just wiped those mechanoids. We'd have to compare like fire rates and stuff too, of course, to see like truly how effective the weapon is. But I mean, the fact that it's like what, 1.5 times the damage, that's pretty potent. All right, so pretty uneventful time clearing this southwestern corner. We killed some what would otherwise be harmless animals, but of course with Manhunter there's really no reasoning with them. And we did find this masterwork revolver. The title is Black Kangaroo. It bears an engraving resembling a bad abstract shape. The work represents the artist's anarchy. Okay. So one last corner to clear, and then hopefully we can get the hell out of here. So far this has been kind of a puzzling trip. This was supposed to be a military facility, but it's just turned out to be a maze. And I'm wondering if it was some sort of trap set up by Vador to maybe get back at us. Alright, so the last section has been cleared. This one was probably the most uneventful. We did find 2 items in one of the earlier rooms. So a masterwork great bow, not even any silly artwork to take a look at. And then a war idol, which is apparently awaiting prayers and sacrifices. What is this from? Recon Discovery. This device can be used by psychics to broadcast a psychic battle ward, improving allies' concentration and reflexes. It can also broadcast the psychic shock of an animal's death to enemies. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Well, I don't think that's something that we'll be using. Yeah, I mean, was it worth money? Not especially. I think the great bow is probably worth more. Oh, no, maybe not. Well, how heavy is it then? It's actually quite heavy. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be bringing it back. Frankly, other than this Gauss Lance, I don't think we're going to be bringing anything back. The trip was largely not worth it. These beds, I don't think really make up for it. They're going to be far too heavy to haul back with us. So, how about your weapons? These are just shotgun handguns. Interesting. A good quality knife. Theo, you have a knife, right? Okay. Well, yeah, let's just get these guys packed on up. There's no reason to stay any longer here. We're going to head home. I'm tempted to grab Liu. She did have a pretty interesting skill set. And we did have to cut our other Togruta prisoner loose. So it would be nice. Again, I want some alien diversity in this colony. We're the Republic, not the Empire. So we don't want to be all humans. So she would help remedy that. And again, she does have a skill set that lends itself well to a lot of different things. Also, trigger happy and steadfast are pretty decent traits. I mean, I wouldn't call trigger happy good. It's not bad. But it does sort of synergize with her shooting skill. It's mid-range, so basically just give her a rapid fire weapon and let this spray bullets even faster. But yeah, construction and crafting, always useful. So let's bring her along and see what we can do. Now, we want to make sure that we grab all of that. The smoke leaf joints, what the hell, they don't weigh anything, right? All of these animals can stay right where they are. Excuse me. The knives are relatively light, so I suppose we should bring those too. As far as the guns are concerned, though, they're not going to sell for a lot, and weapons generally don't sell for very much. Anyways, I believe there's still penalties in how that works. I did forget about the shield pack. That is something else that's relatively valuable that we should bring. And then I'm just not sold on the war idol. So, yeah, it looks like we'll be traveling pretty lightly. We only have about a day's worth of food. The trip is going to be slightly over a day. I think they'll be okay going, what, 40% of a day without food. I've certainly gone longer. All right, so off they go. They'll probably be actually moving a little bit. Oh, wow, no. So 1.3 is the estimate, even accounting for the wounded person. So it's not bad. Now, at some point during that little... I feel like adventure is giving it far too much credit. But at some point during whatever that was, Jaina leveled up as well. So she's already at 18. That's incredible. She is definitely learning fast. I think I want to keep working on her force pool. I kind of see her as... they crop up quite frequently in Star Wars lore, but people who are just especially attuned to the Force and just seem to have this sort of like endless reserve of Force ability, even though they're relatively raw in using it. I kind of see her as one of those. Therefore, even if she doesn't have, well, to be fair, she probably does have the widest array of powers, but assuming she didn't, she would at least be able to effectively cast them at will with no real limitation as far as like stamina was concerned. So we'll sort of aim for that. Now I'm again working on this curb still. We've actually completed quite a lot of it, so we're almost there. It's a little bit janky how these work, but it does work, so we're gonna stick with it. We'll run these along here. Oh yeah, I can drag that. Cool. Awesome. There is a little corner piece as well, this one. So we can use that to fill in these spots. Like so. And like so. Something about that doesn't feel symmetrical. It's not. What the hell's wrong? This came out too far. Okay. Do me a favor, tear that down. Yeah, you need to not be there, and you should be like this. And I think that is... Alright, so it looks like Kay decided to throw a party. She's doing it in here so the prisoners can mingle as well. It's nice of her. Speaking of prisoners, I guess while the party's going on, we can check in on them. So Amy, what was your deal again? Right, melee, construction. You were a mad surgeon who's terrible at medicine. Why did we save you again? I guess probably this. But honestly, I'm questioning my judgment right now. I mean, she's not the worst. I don't know if she's like absolutely needed. Of course, we have Darthea. How about Doc? I mean, actually, he could become a doctor, but the name is a bit misleading at the moment. Still, though, with these passions, there's plenty he can do. And he's a hard worker, so he'll be very efficient at whatever we set him to, which for a doctor, a hard worker trait is incredible because that, I mean, he's going to be 20% faster at treating potentially life-threatening injuries. Let's see, his resistance is still quite high. We're working on converting him, but not necessarily reducing that. How is the conversion going? Actually, quite well. So that's good. We get him over. Oh, and he's apparently the fiance of Darthea. I feel like, now that I say it aloud, I feel like we did know that. But it's just now coming back to memory. And who else do we have kicking around here? Svetlana, who sent us on that wild goose chase. To be fair, she's not from Vaynor, so it probably wasn't a setup. Maybe she heard there was treasure there and fell for the same ruse that we did. So, how are you doing? Your resistance is gone. So this is a bit wasted, isn't it? How about your... Oh, you're already part of the Republic. Okay. And let's see. You're pretty much a fighter through and through. So, really, the only thing we're waiting on is for me to basically say, please recruit. So let's do that. And... Is there anybody else? I feel like... I mean, we didn't look at Taya, but I feel like there's another prisoner I might be missing. So her resistance is still pretty high. What about this? Okay. And so we're doing convert and then recruit. But what is the target ideology? Because we should be converting her to Jedi. Let's just do convert, because then I can actually set this. Yeah, that's a safer bet, because she almost ended up in the wrong ideology. It'll be a bit weird converting her to Jedi, because I mean, she's not gonna have, like, her traits. Why is there just random shorts on the ground? Her traits don't synergize very well with our ideology, right? But we'll see what we can do. Maybe over time she'll come around. Alright, the party's over, and so is this episode, I think. Let's do one last check-in on Jaina's lightsaber here. So, I have no idea what the original work amount was. It was obviously greater than this number, but I don't think it was by a lot. So, it's probably going to be quite a while before she is finished with that, but that's okay. It's supposed to be a process, right? But the sooner we get her a proper weapon... Oh, okay, another hidden compound. Hopefully this one's not a complete bust. The sooner we get her a proper lightsaber weapon, the sooner she'll be able to take advantage of some of these abilities here. Yeah, again, she'll be quite powerful when she has one. And I really am looking forward to seeing what that pearl looks like as a lightsaber focus crystal. I believe that that's pretty much it as far as things we've been actively monitoring. Actually, we can take a quick look at research here. So we're about 40% through marine armor, which is going to kick us off over to phase 2 clone armor, which is end of the line as far as armor research is concerned. The phase 2 clone armor is what... Excuse me. Voice is starting to crack. Good time to end the episode. That's what our troops are going to be wearing, right? That's like the best of the best. So we want to make sure we get there, and then we can start producing stuff for some of our people. And then I think we'll circle around into like weapons. But the weapons I'm less concerned about, because we seem to be able to loot those relatively consistently. We actually have a lot more blasters than we have people to wield them. So I would like to be able to manufacture our own at some point, but I think in the sort of interim, we can focus on maybe more economy-based stuff for a while. That's probably the safer bet. So anyway, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.